Hi, sir. My module name is Business Analytics and Intelligence. Uh, this is presented by me. My name is Sri Sailesh Elara. My student ID is 162432222. My model code is 7045SSL. And this is my table of content about companies, data collections, data visualizations, descriptive statistics, predictive analysis, correlation, predictive analysis, regression, dashboard, key findings and managerial implications, recommendation and conclusions. And next slide to be about companies. This presentation analyzes the financial performance and strategic positioning of Cotton on UK, John Levy's, Liver Island, TK Maxx, Waitrose over the period 2015 to 2024. The analysis identifies the key financial trends over the five companies, assess their profit performance, and explore managerial implications that influence long-term growth and competitiveness of a company. The presentation highlights the trend analysis comparative evaluations of companies, financial ratios, and strategic recommendations to provide a competitive view of each company's financial health. And next slide to be a background and key insights. UK clothing retail market is very competitive and dynamic, which consists of high street, fast fashion, luxury brands, and e-commerce. As of 2024, the market saw the decline of minus 2.3% in 2025 as the consumer demand and retail adaptation continues to pose a challenge. This presentation aims to examine the performance in the industry by using 2015 to 2024 data and given informed suggestions on the future of UK clothing retail. Next slide to be data collections. The five companies used in the analysis are in the UK clothing retail industries and include Cotton on UK Ltd, John Lewis, River Island Clothing Co Ltd, TK Maxx, and Waitrose Ltd. The data set included annual financial and operational data between 2015 and 2024, which will give you a 10 years business performance outlook. Methods of measurement chosen would be a financial and managerial turnover, profit, loss before taxation, and net tangible assets, shareholder funds, profit margin, return on shareholders' funds, liquidity ratio, gearing, and number of employees in the 2021. And next slide to be a data visualization. In these visualizations, I have applied PVR tables and PVR charts in the Excel. First, I made a PVR tables of the average profit margin and the total turnover in each company. Based on this table, I formulated a donut chart to demonstrate how each of the companies is performing in terms of profitability and sales performance. Afterwards, I created another PVR chart table indicate the total number of employees in each company. I employed a bar chart to make a comparison of the size of the companies according to the workforce. Based on the charts, it's seen that River Island Clothing Co. Limited had maximum turnover and positive profit margin, and Cotton on UK Limited had a loss. John Lewis PLC and Waitrose Limited employed the greatest number of workers and indicates the broad retailing activities. And next slide to be data visualizations. For this part, I have used the PV tables and line charts in Excel to display the trend in profit margin and return on shareholders' funds from 2015 to 2024 on all three companies. PV chart table, which summarized the sum of profit margin years-wise as follows. I represented this data with a line chart that revealed how profit margin have oscillated across time. The sum of the profit margin was summarized by a year company in the first PV total. I plotted this as a line chart and that was very clearly showing me how the margins has been varying the time. And this general pattern is highly variable among firms, which represent the difference in the level of financial performance and strength across the year. And next slide to be a data visualization. I use the PV tables and charts in Excel to get the trend over time. John Lewis has about 8,30,500 employees and Waitrose isn't far behind with the 4,39,850. All five companies together employ around 1.33 million people. On turnover, River Island recorded highest values around 6.98 billion. That's a huge chunk of group's total 7.55 billion turnover, which says a lot about their sales compared to everyone else. In profit margin tells a different story. River Island isn't just selling a lot of the most profitable too, with a margin of 5.39% on the other end. Cotton on the UK posted a 13.99 percentage margin, which points to either inefficiency or just too many costs dragging them down. The average for all sectors is 0.82 percentage, hence most of the companies are working with the margins. And Levis and Waitrose, even with their massive teams, haven't managed the same margins mostly because of their cost and run so high. And next slide to be data visualization, analysis, and findings. This trends profits margins show a lot of volatility in the case of entire decades, with Cotton on UK and John Lewis being the most volatile within the group of companies as their losses cripple the profits of the industries as whole. The positive margins have confidence to be maintained by the River Island, which show that there is a good pricing discipline and control over operations. TK Maxx and White Roses are financially stable and do not well positioned to grow. The patterns of also strengthens the capital efficiency, business advantages of River Island, the structural issues of John Lewis. The post 2021 recovery indicators indicate the increases in the operation leverage and financial management. And next slide will be a descriptive statistics. For this part of the analysis, I used a descriptive statistics tool in Excel data analysis, adding to summarize key financial indicators, including profit margin, return on shareholders' funds, return on capital employed, liquidity ratio, gearing, and number of employees. And next slide to be a predictive analytics correlation matrix. I used this correlation tool in Excel data analysis, add and examine the relationship between the main financial variables. The correlation matrix helps with the direction difference, indicates them move together. The results show a strong positive correlation between turnover, net tangible assets, and shareholders' funds above 0.94, meaning that companies that have higher assets and shareholder funds tend to generate high revenues. And next slide to be predictive analysis regression. The above shows dependent and independent variables along regression model created by the data analysis tool. We also manipulated the missing values with the mean for the highlighted field in X variables. And next slide to be a regression model summary. The regression results indicate that there is a high relationship or is 0.86 and R2 is at 0.74 between the key financial indicates and profit before taxation. Return on shareholders funds and shareholders funds are the most important predictors that have a positive influence on profitability. And next slide to be a dashboard. Dashboard provides a clear view to understand the financial pros in 2024. The above show a modern and attractive dashboard that has a time filter, company filter to quick show and maneuver around the revenue trends of companies over time. Bar charts, comparisons of company performance and financial metrics made easy. Line charts display the trends and variations in profitability or return with time. Donut charts visualize distributions of percentage and proportion. And next slide to be key findings and managerial implications. The analysis shows that the profit of majorly driven by return on shareholders funds and the level of shareholders funds. This is an indicator that company with stronger inquiry basis on tend on perform better financially when the other variables controlled. We can note that the turnover is not main drive of the profit, hence that higher sales alone do not guarantee better returns. However, the results show the risk of link to high gearing variations liquidity. And next slide to be recommendations and conclusions. To improve financial performance, companies should enhance return on shareholders funds by making better use of their assets and focusing strategic investment in profitable areas. It is an important reduce reliance of expensive debt while maintaining and strengthening liquidity reserve for better financial flexibility and stability. And adopted productive planning tools which support stronger and more sustainability profitability over time. And this is a reference. This above show the reference for this analysis. Um, Thank you.